After 6 p.m, the joy of the day dissipated quickly after more than 50 people were injured when a car collided with people gathered on Water Street. We had worked extensively with event organisers and key partner agencies in the months ahead of the potential parade, and a robust traffic management plan was in place, which included a number of local authority road closures throughout the route and the city centre. This included Water Street, which was closed to traffic. It is believed the driver of the Ford Galaxy car involved in this incident was able to follow an ambulance onto Water Street after the roadblock was temporarily lifted, so that the ambulance crew could attend to a member of the public who was having a suspected heart attack. As with many large events, with event organisers we planned for all contingencies, and this included the implementation of road closures to protect pedestrians, and an armed policing presence was also in place throughout the day. There was no intelligence to suggest an incident of this nature would take place, and as we've previously stated, the incident is not being treated as terrorism. An extensive investigation into the precise circumstances of the incident is ongoing, and we continue to ask people not to speculate on the circumstances surrounding the incident and refrain from sharing distressing content online. I have no doubt regarding the impact that this appalling incident has had on those who were injured, their family and friends, and for those who witnessed the incident unfolding in front of them. It is so heartening to hear that the public has also recognised the human impact on our attending officers, staff and other emergency service colleagues from North West Ambulance Service and Merseyside Fire and Rescue. And I want to personally thank the public for their support of first responders who were on scene in a matter of seconds. Following the incident yesterday, I can confirm on behalf of the National Health Service that we are aware of 50 people who were treated at hospital for ongoing treatment. Of those, 11 remain in hospital for ongoing treatment. They are all in a stable condition, and I am pleased to say that they appear to be recovering well. I want to take the opportunity to pay tribute to the brave members of the emergency services who were on the scene of yesterday's incident within a matter of seconds. Following such a shocking incident, they immediately ran towards an extremely uncertain and potentially dangerous situation in an effort to protect members of the public and fellow emergency responders from harm. Merseyside Police continues to work with other emergency services, Liverpool City Council, Liverpool City Combined Regional Authority, local hospitals and health providers, and Liverpool Football Club, collectively in response to this incident. An extensive investigation into the precise circumstances of the incident is ongoing, and we continue to ask people not to speculate on the circumstances surrounding the incident and refrain from sharing distressing content online. Information, including video footage, can be passed via the Merseyside Police Major Incident Police portal, and all details are available on our website. Anyone with information or footage should contact Merseyside Police social media desk via X at merpolcc, or on Facebook, Merseyside Police Contact Centre, or call 101. Alternatively, contact the independent charity Crime Stoppers anonymously on 0800 555 111 or via their website. I'm now going to hand over to Detective Chief Superintendent Karen Jaundrill, who will update on the investigation.
Thank you. My thoughts are with all those injured in this awful incident, their families and friends, and everyone who has been affected. Like us, many of you will still be coming to terms with what was a harrowing end to a day of celebration. I want to reassure the public of Merseyside that detectives are making significant progress as we seek to establish the full circumstances that led to this awful incident and bring the person responsible to justice. We have arrested a 53-year-old man from West Derby on suspicion of attempted murder, dangerous driving offences and driving whilst unfit through drugs. He remains in custody where he is being interviewed. We have a total of 65 confirmed casualties, many of whom required hospital treatment, and our officers and family liaison officers are providing specialist support to a large number of these victims. Further work is ongoing to identify other people affected, and we will continue to support these individuals in the days and weeks to come. Due to the number of victims in this case, we have received assistance from our neighbouring forces, for which we are extremely grateful. Our detectives are speaking to any witnesses, including those injured, witnesses at the scene and emergency responders, as we seek to get a full picture of exactly what happened. In addition, extensive CCTV inquiries are being carried out across the city to establish the movements of the car, a Ford Galaxy, before the incident took place. We have already had an incredible response from many of those who were there last night. I thank them for their cooperation and support with our investigation, and I would encourage anyone who has not yet contacted the police who may have information on this incident to do so. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, there, an update from Merseyside Police after the events in that parade, and that detail we heard that the car which hit the crowds in Liverpool followed an ambulance after a roadblock was temporarily lifted so paramedics could actually help a man who'd suffered a suspected heart attack. So that a detail, one of the many questions being asked was how, with the various road closures, the car was in that area, but that the answer to that. Regina is in Liverpool for us, and Regina, you were listening to that, and that was interesting because, as I was just saying just now, it is one of the many questions that has been asked by so many different people, how a car was in that area in the first place.
That's absolutely the heart of what everyone I've spoken to who was at that parade yesterday wants to try and understand. Now, I think it's quite interesting, as you say, that we heard from the police just then saying that they think that the car perhaps tailgated an ambulance as it was driving through and the road was briefly opened, because my BBC colleague Matt Cole was speaking to us a couple of hours ago here on the BBC News channel. Now, he was up here with his family, his two young kids, a Liverpool fan, so he came up to see the parade, and it sort of fits in with what he was saying, because Matthew, he talked about seeing an ambulance along this street when there were lots of people celebrating. He said that this Water Street behind me was absolutely packed with people who were celebrating, but then he recalled seeing an ambulance, and shortly after he saw that ambulance he then saw that car, and he said he came very close to the car. So obviously a very terrifying episode for him to recount, but that does kind of fit in to what we heard. I think the other thing that was quite striking from that news conference was a bit more detail about the person that they have arrested. We know it's a 53-year-old man. Police say he's from West Derby, and among the charges that he's been held on, attempted murder and driving under the influence of drugs. Of course, as they were saying, this is still very much an active, ongoing investigation. Through the course of the day, Matthew, we've seen forensic teams doing a lot of work on the site behind me. I call it a site, it's a crime scene now, of course, but 24 hours ago, packed to the rafters with Liverpool fans at the height of the celebrations. Another thing, of course, worth picking up on from that news conference is an update on those who were injured. We heard that from the NHS, they said they were aware that 50 people were treated and that 11 people remain in hospital for ongoing conditions. But I think a glimmer of hope there, really, because we heard from the police there that all of those people seem to be recovering well. And you only have to look at those images again to see what a lucky escape so many people had, because it is terrifying to see those images of that car as it ploughed through the crowds on the street behind me. I'm just going to step out there. You can see more police officers who are leaving the scene there. We've seen lots of people come in and out. We've also seen them speak to witnesses as well, and we heard in that statement there from police another appeal for more people to come forward. What we got in that news conference, Matthew, was a bit more of a clue about what might have happened, but there's so much speculation whirling around, and we still really don't know why that car drove through those crowds.
Regini, thank you very much. Regini there after that update from Merseyside Police. I'll just repeat the key lines coming from detectives there, telling us first of all that the car that hit the crowds there in Liverpool had followed an ambulance after a roadblock was temporarily lifted so paramedics could actually help a man who'd suffered a suspected heart attack. And then the detail that Regini picked up on rightly, that the 53-year-old man who's being held and questioned, he's been arrested on suspicion of attempted murder, dangerous driving and driving while unfit through drugs. So those are the various areas that he's being held on as the questioning continues and the investigation obviously continues. And finally, an update in terms of those taken to hospital. 50 people initially taken to hospital, 11 remain there. All are in a stable condition, but all appear to be recovering well. So those are the key planks coming out of that update from Merseyside Police. We'll keep an eye on that story. If there's anything more, we will return to it.